We've seen the latest AMD GPU, and by golly, it's beautiful. Twitter wants to make some beautiful fat stacks of cash, and AMD says, oopsie, we messed up on our CPUs just a little bit. Let's get into the hot news, everybody. I'm your Brett host. We're going to be going over the hottest tech news I can find on the internet while you enjoy your breakfast. And can we just give a big shout out to my shirt? Love it. Onion. Pizza John. Can't do any better than that. And I'm not going to try to delay the hot news any further because now we have pictures of the upcoming RX 7900 XT, at least that's what we think it's going to be called, with the latest GPU generation being pictured. The accent slipped in a little bit there. Don't know what's going on. Anyways, look at that bad boy. That, honestly, I think is a stellar design by AMD. I really enjoy this. You let me know your opinions of it down below in the comments, but you can see it here compared to the previous generation, 6900 XT on the bottom, 7900 XT on the top. The fans are a little bit bigger. There's more angles going on. One of the things to note is this has a red PCB, which could just be for testing, but maybe it's a return to form of AMD shipping red PCBs, which kind of on brand, would like it. Maybe not that red, like that's an ugly red, maybe something like a little bit deeper, like maroon. It's maroon, a deeper red. I don't know my colors very well. Anyways, this likely is to cool the more powerful GPU that's going to be under the hood, but we also have some other pictures, some side profiles that you'll be able to see. Take a look at this. Well, you've got, that's the same two 8-pins, so that's confirming what AMD's already said, that they're not going to be using the 12V horsepower cable that's out there on the NVIDIA GPU, so you don't have to worry about any of that breakage issues. But this does seem to indicate that the 7900 XT might only be capable of up to 350 watts, considering that you only get 150 from each of these and then 75 watts from the PCI Express lanes, and then it's just likely not going to be that beefy of a card. However, it could potentially be that something like the 7900 XTX would add a third power cable in there, and that would be the more like unlocked, overclocked Supermax Extreme version that AMD is going to pitch at like $1,099 and be like, if you really want to compete with NVIDIA, then we have this product, but we don't suggest you buy it. The average consumer should get something like the 7900 XT for $799. Look at it, it's so normal. Don't know what that was, but that's exactly what AMD is going to do. But a couple things to note as we take a look back at the picture over here. Number one, the bottom one, which is the newest one, they swapped the orientation for some reason, doesn't have a backplate, but you can see it has like little pins and adapters for testing, so likely will come with a backplate like the 6900 XT did. But I think the best addition, it's got a little red racing stripe. AMD on point with this brand. I love that little red racing stripe. Maybe might not work with several build schemes out there and matching the colors and everything like that, but it's so subtle and so slight that I think for the people who want it, that looks good. AMD is actually doing a pretty good job with their reference cards. Let me know what you think of them down below in the comments, but we are getting indication that these things will get announced on Thursday, November 3rd. Mark your calendars. We're going to be live streaming AMD's live stream here. It's going to be a whole Inception thing, but new reports are coming out that the release date for these bad boys are going to be in December 1st through 5th, somewhere in that time frame. That's the general idea. So you're going to have to hold out for about a month before you're going to be able to buy them. Whether or not it's going to be a paper launch remains to be seen. I mean, NVIDIA is still a little bit struggling when it comes to the RTX 4090 stock. We are expecting the RTX 4080 to come out, I believe, November 12th. We'll have to see if stock's more abundant on that. Intel, on the other hand, despite the fact that I got laughed at by a Micro Center employee for wanting to buy these, I got the A750 on Newegg. It was just restocked there, but then the A770, I was able to pick this up on Micro Center online. I didn't even have to go to a freaking store. I was looking at it all wrong. Let me see if it even still works, because I had my store set to Mayfield Heights. Oh, it's in store. Oh, you can reserve it right now if you want to do that. So that's available. But I didn't know that you had to go down to shippable items, and it had it so that I could ship it to myself. Even though now it says it's available for in-store pickup only. Pick a lane. Oh. It's like the only Ohio store with it. Anyways, Intel's restocking as well. So paper launch, not paper launch. I mean, there's GPUs. Very informative, Brett. Just like the Cryptostonks segment. Bitcoin down 1.28% to be at 2420. 65. Ethereum down 1.5% to be at 1567. 40 cents, and Dogecoin up 8.45%. Those Elon money rollins coming on in. 12.5 cents is where Dogecoin's at as of the time of filming. And where's Reece at? Where's my deals, buddy?
Hey everyone, welcome back to UFD Deals. We bring you the hottest tech deals out on the internet. I'm Reece. I got some dope deals for you, and I'm gonna jump straight into it with the Logitech G502 Lightspeed wireless gaming mouse. I'm a big fan of Logitech mice in particular. This one has the 25K hero sensor, 11 programmable buttons, and is currently going for only $89.99, which is 40% off. And don't worry, it has the Logitech LightSync RGB, which doesn't make a lot of sense on a mouse, but just don't think about it too hard. But what you should think about is getting a VESA mount for your monitor, because we have the Amazon Basics single monitor stand going for only $65.87, which is also 40% off. This stand can support monitors up to 32 inches and up to 25 pounds, which means it will not work with the LG 49WQ95CW. I hate modern monitor names. This gigantic 49-inch 32:9 curved ultra-wide monitor is just a flippin' behemoth. Look at this thing. With a resolution of up to 5120 by 1440, this nano IPS display with up to 144Hz refresh rate is both G-Sync and AMD FreeSync Premium compatible. Connectivity-wise, it's sporting HDMI 2.1, DisplayPort, and USB Type-C with up to 90 watts of power delivery. So if you want a statement piece monitor that isn't the $3,000 Samsung Arc Odyssey that takes up the entire room, this is currently going for only $996.99, which is a whole 41% off, and that's like $703 off right there. I hope you guys enjoyed these deals, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your hot news. I'm handing you off back to Brad. Cheers.
Thanks, Reece. You know what I miss you like? I miss you like a 9,000-pound electric truck. That's the weight in my heart for not seeing Reece since 2020. It has been that long. Man, we're coming up. This hurts. I shouldn't have talked about this, but I'm going to talk about GMC launching the Hummer EV bicycle, which is the exact antithesis to the EV truck, which is the most inefficient electric vehicle out on the market. Just a giant barrel ton of crashing into everything, being so quick and so monumentous with its momentum. Anyways, the electric bike's going to have 750 watt continuous motors, 1200 watt peak. It's going to be able to go up to 28 miles per hour. It's going to cost you about $4,000 with 1 kilowatt hour of battery. Looks pretty good. I trust Hummer to make a bike because it's kind of still like roughly the same technology as the truck, right? Like battery, motor, wheels. They already do that. When AMD makes a bike, I'm just like, you make graphics cards. You got fans, they spin, but it's not the same. Don't do it. And it looks like Twitter is no longer going to be the same because Elon Musk is coming in, shaking and baking, slicing and dicing, leveling rules, telling you what you got to do in order to keep this thing out and good to go. The social media platform getting better. One of the changes that he made is now when you're logged out, it actually takes you to the trending page instead of like a sign up page, which makes a lot of sense. I didn't realize that was missing, so good bonus points to him for that. This move, however, not exactly sure I agree with it, and it's going to be rolling out $20 per month for Twitter Blue, which is going to be a necessity in order to maintain verification on Twitter's platform. So that's going to be an upcharge. It's going to increase the price by roughly 4 times, considering Twitter Blue is currently $4.99, but this is going to be necessitated for every single verified user on Twitter, and if they don't subscribe within 90 days, they're going to have their verification removed, which, like, I understand the need for revenue, I understand the need for bringing that in, but the whole point behind the verified check mark is not some sort of status symbol. It's not to indicate that they are better, you know, that they mean something to the Twitter platform. It really is there to establish this is the official account, right? Like, this is not somebody who says they have this name. It's the whole reason we have a check mark here on YouTube. It's because this is the official UFD Tech account. We are the real one. It used to be you had to get 100,000 subscribers, but they made that not the case for anybody who's a public figure, etc. Like, it just kind of undermines that when you have to pay for it. Like, it's kind of making it so that you're forcing people to say, I am who I am, and I have to pay you to prove that to everybody else, which doesn't sit right for me. A lot of celebrities obviously not going to balk at $20 a month. However, it just seems weird in order to incentivize people to come to your platform to create the content that people come to your platform for, you're going to charge them to do such, which, I mean, I'm a huge fan of YouTube in not charging the creators, not charging the consumers. Obviously, there's ads, but if we actually want to create commercially, we split it with YouTube. We don't pay YouTube upfront in order to have access to things. They just take a cut of what the revenue we bring in is, which is not the plan for Twitter. This is just it's going to charge people to actually create content officially on an official capacity for everybody else, which I don't like. That's just my take on it. Let me know what your take on it is down below in the comments. And AMD's take on their CPUs not doing so good when it comes to Windows 11 is that it's new technology inconsistencies. So they said that they've been made aware of unexpected performance deltas in certain games on AMD Ryzen desktop processors, as well as a few performance variants between Windows 11 and Windows 10 in certain game titles. We're currently investigating, but based on testing to date, have not observed material difference in game performance between OS versions across a wide variety of scenarios and game titles, etc. Many factors affect gaming performance, including the game engine, CPU architecture, GPU selection, and memory choices. As new architectures enter the market, we often observe performance anomalies which must be addressed by the component vendor of the game or the game publisher. This is not a new phenomenon, nor is it unexpected. This is kind of in response to a few things that have been cropping up, including, as they alluded to, performance inconsistencies when it comes to Windows 10 and Windows 11, as well as with the RTX 4090. What people are finding out is that the single compute die CPUs are performing better than the double compute die CPUs, like the 7950X is losing to the 7600X when it comes to the RTX 4090, and this appears to be how Windows is addressing these different CCDs and making so it's a different scenario. So this likely could be updated by AMD in a BIOS update. It could be addressed by Microsoft in a Windows update, or it could be addressed by the game developers in a patch, something like that. But there are some performance inconsistencies that are coming around when it comes to Ryzen 7000, and AMD is saying, hey, it's bound to happen. Which, if you got a 4090, you know, you're still getting hundreds of FPS. Who cares? Probably do. I'm not going to be flipping on that one, and I'm not going to flip on in this chair any longer. Don't know what that means. I'm just done with hot news. I'll see you back here for more of the hottest tech news out on the internet tomorrow, my friends. Onion.